breaking now at 11.
The numbers are in. The controversy rages on with an investigation requested in a tense local Senate race.
A Virginia college student exposed and a Henrico ex-boyfriend arrested in an alleged case of revenge porn.
Plus,
and I was like, oh my gosh, like, did he mean to give me this?
tenants' personal checking account numbers made public. Tonight, Richmond apartment managers under fire.
On your side. NBC 12 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
And the first of several breaking stories, this double shooting on Richmond's south side. And at this hour, that gunman still at large. Right now, detectives are on the scene along Bundy Avenue, where they found two men with gunshot wounds to the leg. Both are being treated at an area hospital and are expected to survive. If you have any information about this crime, please call police immediately. Also breaking, the results are in, but one candidate is not ready to concede, at least not yet. We're talking about the controversial 10th District Senate race, where Republican Glenn Sturtevant is battling Democrat Dan Gecker.
Take a look at the numbers. The Associated Press declared Sturtevant the winner early in the evening, despite the fact thousands of votes had yet to come in from Powhatan County. Enough concern that the Gecker campaign has lawyers en route to Powhatan right now.
And those Powhatan numbers have since come in, but Gecker is still not conceding. We have live team coverage with Mike Valerio at the Sturtevant campaign and Drew Wilder with Gecker's campaign. We begin tonight, though, with Mike. Fill us in, Mike.
Well, Kurt and Sabrina, good evening. The Sturtevant campaign here is calling this a margin of victory that is greater than any kind of range that a recount would call for. The margin of victory we're talking about with numbers just filed in Richmond, 2.69 percentage points. Now let's go to the video showing you Glenn Sturtevant walking into the restaurant behind me here in the West End, calling this a huge victory for the voters of Chesterfield, northern Chesterfield to be exact, as well as the West End of Richmond, and thanking the voters of Powhatan for putting him over the top. Now, he outlined his priorities in his speech to supporters here around 9:30 this evening, with the economy taking the top spot, highlighting Virginia's 0% growth in GDP last year, the third lowest in the nation. Take a listen to what he said moments ago.
This is about getting our economy growing again from the ground up and expanding the pie and creating more opportunity for the 10th District and for the Commonwealth, focusing on education reform, making sure that our tax dollars are being spent in the classrooms, that we're paying teachers better, and that we're reforming the SOL system so that every child has access to a phenomenal education.
Now, education is so important to Sturtevant because his wife, Lori, is a school teacher, and Sturtevant himself, the youngest member of Richmond School Board. Now, putting this into a bigger perspective, this is a seat that Governor Terry McAuliffe, a Democrat, of course, hoped to win, and he hoped that the Democrats would take this seat and with that take control of the state Senate. Well, with these numbers just posted by the State Board of Elections in Richmond, it appears as though that hope is lost after $45 million spent in the Senate races across this Commonwealth. No seats appear to have changed in Richmond. But for now, that is the latest. Live here tonight in the West End, Mike Valerio, NBC 12.
All right, thanks, Mike. And less than an hour ago, Democrat Dan Gecker addressed his supporters, vowing he was not ready to concede.
In fact, his campaign has sent lawyers to Powhatan to investigate those late election results. Drew Wilder live at the Gecker camp right now. He joins us live in Richmond with that part of our team coverage. Fill us in, Drew.
Kurt and Sabrina, that's right. The Gecker campaign is not conceding, and they do have staff members going to the office of the registrar in Powhatan to figure out what's going on there. Now, the State Board of Elections, as you mentioned, has since given this to Sturtevant. The unofficial numbers have him winning by about 1,500 votes. Those late numbers coming in had Sturtevant ahead in Powhatan by 5,100 votes, though the positive for this campaign was the domination in Richmond. Gecker winning more than 67% of the vote. Add that with the confusion in some of these votes earlier tonight, and Gecker told his supporters that it's not over yet.
It has been quite a journey, and it's not quite over yet. We are not going to concede until the State Board of Elections tells us.
Now, in response to the confusion in Powhatan, the campaign tells me they sent those staff members to investigate what's going on. I asked for an update from Gecker about what's going on down there. He deferred me to his campaign manager.
We're just waiting to hear the results. They're just at the registrar's office. We're figuring out what's going on and waiting to hear what's official.
Should those numbers get turned over to the State Board of Elections tonight, tomorrow, whenever, will the campaign concede or will you challenge that further?
We'll get there when we get there. I'll let you guys know. You'll be the first to know, in fact.
And we haven't heard anything just yet. As I told you earlier, the campaign saying despite those numbers coming in, they are still not conceding and will likely wait until those staff members get back tonight and determine what they dig up at the office of the registrar. On your side, Drew Wilder, NBC 12 News.
Drew, thanks so much. We'll have more election results for you in just a few minutes. But first, we have breaking news in Chesterfield about a massive pothole on 95 that could impact your morning commute.
Carla Red is standing by in the Breaking News Center with the latest information for us. Bring us up to date, Carla.
Well, Kurt and Sabrina, I just got an email from VDOT saying the traffic backup is currently clear, but the left and center lanes will remain closed throughout the night. Take a look at this video showing the massive traffic backups earlier tonight. This was along I-95 North and 288. There's a pothole that's 3 feet wide in the center lane. VDOT says they found a collapsed pipe under the pavement that they'll need to repair first and then repair the roadway on top. Now, at one point, there was about a 10-mile backup. The department hopes to have repairs done by early tomorrow morning. So if you use that area to get to work tomorrow morning, make sure you wake up with NBC 12. Tracy Lynn, of course, will let you know if the work is done or if you need to take a detour. You can also download our free NBC 12 News app. It provides real time and traffic. On your side, in the Breaking News Center, Carla Redditt, NBC 12 News.
Thanks, Carla. Moving to Henrico now, and an alleged case of revenge porn that actually stretches from Glen Allen all the way to Fredericksburg.
The man behind us faces charges for posting photos of his ex online. She's a student at the University of Mary Washington. New at 11, Brittany McDonald is standing by in Henrico with a warning our legal expert wants you to hear.
You have to be careful what kind of photos you take, send, or post. It's a bad situation for both people. This guy could be facing some serious jail time, and the woman some major embarrassment.
21-year-old John Michael Chevalier was arrested early Tuesday morning at his Glen Allen home, charged with 2 counts of unlawful dissemination of an image. In other words, revenge porn.
Sometimes people, when they break up, they take what were meant to be personal photographs taken between the couple, and they distribute them, or they post them, or they share them with other people. And they do it with the intent to get back at that person.
University of Mary Washington police say a student came to them Sunday after spotting personal photos of herself on social media. She says they were pictures taken during a past relationship, posted without her permission.
Simply posting the photograph without permission, that's not a crime. But as soon as you can tell from the circumstances that that person's intent was to harass somebody else, that's when it becomes a Class 1 misdemeanor.
NBC 12 legal expert Steve Benjamin says before posing for the camera, ask yourself an important question.
Can I be certain that that photograph I'm about to let this person take will never show up in social media? If you have any reservations about that, then you probably shouldn't let the photograph be taken.
Chevalier faces up to a year in jail for each photo. We'll keep you posted. For now, on your side in Henrico, Brittany McDonald, NBC 12.
To New Kent County now, and this massive fire at a home in Lenexa. The moment a viewer snapped this pic and sent it to my Facebook page, we reached out to the county's fire department. I'm told one firefighter was treated for exhaustion at the scene, but the good news here, no serious injuries. A military family of 5 lives at that home on Rockahawk Road, so right now the military is actually working to help find them another place to stay. No word yet on a cause for that fire.
New at 11, we're investigating in Richmond where area renters just had their checking account information made public.
Managers at the Villas of Oakwood are calling this a big mistake. Chris Thomas out tonight getting answers and has a look at what you need to know in this On Your Side investigation.
Believe it or not, these pages are all copies of checks of people living here at the Villas of Oakwood apartment. Many of them have no idea their personal information has been made public.
I was just blown away. I was like, let me just call News 12 On Your Side.
LaShonda Becton says she was just emailed multiple copies of rental checks exposing residents' banking information.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, did he mean to give me this?
So we've been looking into this. It is a fairly new issue here at the Villas at Oakwood. It all happened in the past 24 hours, and managers here in the office admit they have yet to notify residents.
Because I don't want to just go to the residents and say, hey, you know, we made a mistake and then that's it. We want to be able to go to them and say, hey, we made a mistake. Here's what we're going to do.
But how did it happen? Becton says she paid her reservation fee but decided to go with a different apartment. She claims managers refused to offer her a refund, even though their policy, take a look, clearly states reservation fees are refundable. It's a policy they were trying to forward when they mistakenly sent the check information.
Anybody could have got their hands on this, and luckily I'm not that type of person, you know, to do anything with that type of information.
Whatever we need to do to make it right, we're going to make sure that the residents do find out about it and are taken care of.
Take a look. The office opens again tomorrow at 10 a.m. We will be following up just to see what they're doing to, quote, make it right. For now, on your side, Chris Thomas, NBC 12 News.
Chris, thanks. And remember, if you have a situation you'd like NBC 12 to investigate, send us an email to the On Your Side investigators. The address is investigators@NBC12.com. You can also send us a message through Facebook and the free NBC 12 News app.
Back now to tonight's election and another Senate race we're watching closely, the 12th district. Republican Dr. Siobhan Donovan took the race with more than 50% of the vote, all as this Henrico-based OBGYN is undergoing a federal investigation. A complaint we first told you about here on NBC 12 alleges Donovan used private patient information to solicit contributions, volunteers, and votes. It was through a letter sent out to patients. Dr. Donovan addressed that issue shortly after her win tonight.
We looked at it before we released it and afterwards, and there is no privacy violation. So we're happy to have them take a look, and we'll get that all sorted out in the end, but it's not an issue. And I just can't wait to roll up my sleeves and get to work. It's time to transition from campaigning to governing.
Dr. Donovan says she's going to focus on education, Medicaid cost, and improving the economy for small business owners. If there's a specific race you're looking for, keep your eye on the bottom of the screen. We'll be scrolling results throughout the broadcast. You can also fire up our free NBC 12 News app or visit NBC12.com for the full list of results. And as we shift focus to the 2016 election, be sure to bookmark Mike Valerio's political blog, DecisionVirginia.com, for all your updates and insights.
Meanwhile, in other states, some major upsets like this one in Kentucky. For just the second time in 4 decades, a Republican will become the state's next governor. Matt Bevin defeated Democrat Jack Conway with 52% of the vote tonight. And in Ohio, voters reject a ballot measure to legalize both recreational and medical marijuana. The measure would have allowed adults 21 and older to use, buy, or grow pot.
A Midlothian man is sentenced for selling stolen guns from a Powhatan pawn shop to an alleged Bloods gang member in New York City. This is surveillance video from that break-in at the American Family pawn shop back in May. According to the Richmond Times-Dispatch, a judge just sentenced William Grieger to 6.5 years in prison. In August, the 23-year-old pleaded guilty to receiving, possessing, and selling stolen firearms.
Check out this new video of a car slamming into a Northern Virginia Wendy's restaurant. 3 people recovering with non-life-threatening injuries tonight, including the driver. Employees at the Chantilly restaurant say there were about 20 customers in the building at the time of the crash. Police are not sure how the driver lost control.
We're learning tonight federal investigators with the U.S. Chemical Safety Board are looking into that chemistry classroom explosion at a Fairfax high school. Agents are questioning school officials and launching a formal incident screening process. This comes after last week's serious accident at W.T. Woodson High School, which injured 5 students and the teacher performing the demonstration.
And we have a crime alert out of Chesterfield tonight where police warn your personal information could be in the wrong hands. Take a good look at these photos. 21-year-old Kirill Korotkov and 27-year-old Andrei Tursk have both been charged with a half-dozen counts of credit fraud. Officers picked up the suspects just a few blocks from the Bonaire Bank of America with cash, cards, and a skimming device. If you use that ATM, check your account soon for any unusual activity.
New at 11, we discovered the number of car thefts in Richmond is up from this time last year. But smash and grabs and broken windows, they're really more of a Hollywood stunt these days.
That's because something many of us might do out of convenience is now an open invitation for thieves. Tonight, On Your Side investigator Rachel DePompa goes behind the wheel of one of the biggest crimes of opportunity.
Right in there.
Right in there was Chris Rader's keys. He says he left them inside his SUV for convenience.
Where did I leave them? Are they on the kitchen counter? Are they on the table? I know where they are. They're always right there in the cup holder.
And that's exactly where this car thief found them when he wandered into Rader's open garage during a party about 10:40 on a Saturday night. Rader's home security camera catching the entire bizarre scene.
I guess it was his first time ever backing out of a garage because he cut it too soon.
Sideswiping the garage frame, then backing up into the lawn. The bad driving thief finally running over the lamppost before deciding to give up the ill-fated heist and take off, leaving the SUV and a confused Rader to figure out what just happened.
I mean, who in the world leaves their keys in their car?
More people than you might think, with cars becoming increasingly difficult to steal because of anti-theft technology. Thieves are looking for help, and they're getting it from drivers leaving their keys inside the vehicle. According to a study released this year by the National Insurance Crime Bureau, more than 126,000 vehicles were reported stolen with the keys left inside between 2012 and 2014.
The majority of the car thefts we see are crimes of opportunity.
Last year, thieves stole 960 vehicles in Richmond. As of September of this year, 702 vehicles were taken.
That quick.
Captain Daryl Goins is commander of the 2nd Precinct in Richmond and says most of the time we are helping the thieves, especially in the winter when we warm up our cars.
They notice, oh, the smoke is coming out the rear. So they're going to come over here. They're going to look. I see some keys. Let me check this handle. The door's open. Voila. Get in the car, put it in reverse, and they're gone.
He says don't leave your car running while you go into a convenience store either. Happens all the time. And never leave your keys in the glove box or the console. Chris Rader says he knew better.
It's not going to happen to me. It happened to us, and it can happen to you at any time.
For the On Your Side investigators, Rachel DePompa, NBC 12 News.
The most stolen car in Richmond over the last 2 years, the Honda Accord, followed by the Chevy Impala, the Nissan Altima, and the Ford Taurus. Rachel's compiled a top 10 list of stolen cars in RVA. You can see it on our free NBC 12 News app. Just click on the On Your Side tab.
Central Virginia's breaking weather specialists. This is NBC 12 First Warning Weather.
Red Elephant Insurance Net Computers, currently mid-50s. It's nice and mild out there. Here at the station, we're 54. Harvey Elementary, east end of Richmond, 55. Same reading down to Hopewell at City Hall. Light north and northeasterly winds early this evening. Your commuter forecast tomorrow morning. I've given a tentative green light. I didn't want to quite go to the yellow stage, but I think there could be some patchy fog around early tomorrow morning because of this onshore wind flow from the northeast. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. We're going to be around 50 degrees early in the morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. at 50-ish, 51 by 8 o'clock in the morning. Your day part planner for tomorrow is looking pretty good. This is a really nice weather shot, too. This is shared on our website from Jorge Lewis Photography. And you can share your own weather pics as well. We've had a lot of people submit their weather pics on Send It to 12. You go to our website, click on videos, and it says Send It to 12 and gives you spots you can put your pictures in. You can do it through our NBC 12 weather app as well. Just shoot us a photo and we'll get it and maybe use it on the air one night. All right, on to the forecast. We're talking temperatures tomorrow, lower 70, 71 degrees, late afternoon reading, 20% rain chance in the afternoon. I'm talking very light, spotty rain or drizzle possible, and mainly later in the day. 50s now, we're going to see 50 degrees early tomorrow morning. We have this coastal trough off to the east. See that little circulation of rain around eastern North Carolina? Nothing big there, but there's a little area of low pressure sliding northward along a coastal trough, and that southeastern low is bumping into that ridge of high pressure to the north. This will eventually win out. It's going to spread some moisture our way. Let's start with tonight's forecast. Just fair skies early, then maybe a few clouds toward morning. Temperatures around 50 degrees early tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies early through midday, but increasing cloudiness. Excuse me, temperatures will be in the lower 70s. The guidance shows more clouds later in the day, fewer clouds north of Richmond. And there you see those little spots of green. That would be little specks of drizzle or maybe some light rain showers toward tomorrow evening. So I think for the most part during the day, we're mainly dry. Now tomorrow night, that's when we get a little bigger surge of this moisture from the south. Then Thursday, pretty good bet for some rain showers around here. This is midday Thursday through afternoon. You can see how they're just kind of streaming in from the south. So we're going to put a 40% chance in for Thursday, only 20% tomorrow. Friday, we'll have some sunshine, 80 degrees for the high, warm one. At 65 Saturday, 50-50 chance of some rain. Cool weather returning Sunday. Monday and Tuesday should be mainly dry. Now we have the Urbana Oyster Festival coming up starting the end of this week through the weekend. And weather-wise, Friday, just like in Richmond, it looks really good, warm, 78 degrees by mid-afternoon. Saturday, though, out to the east, there'll be about a 50% rain chance as well. Temperatures top out in the middle 60s. So, again, better chances for rain for us next 2 days will be Thursday, then again Saturday as we start the weekend. More 12 News is coming up after this.